All right, so extended. By the way, Fargo's in North Dakota. But spoilers for next week.
Oh, man.
Now we don't even find out next time. Why did you do that?
You'll forget. Unless you have that robot helping
I'll
you
forget.
remember.
Oh, that's why.
Okay, so I'm both probably the only one who thought about this at the end when they showed the testing and stuff. Like, I just was imagining the pressure on like an erection, like measuring that. You know, you don't want to break an egg, but to actually jerk somebody, a robot to jerk somebody off, I was thinking like the amount of pressure.
Sorry, what scene?
The very end when they're showing all the robot testing.
Oh.
Remember they're like, you know,
No, the robot would be able to do it. Are you kidding?
He'd be able to do it or what?
Yeah.
You
of course
wouldn't.
he would.
You'd have to get that like perfect, like.
Look, this is the
Humans can do it.
thing. I don't want
I
to...
know humans can do it.
There's a wide range of
Hold
pressure
on.
that will not crack an egg.
Look,
But will hold it up.
look.
No, yeah.
Not to get too much into this craziness, but just because I have to set robots straight here, the end showed a lot of different robots with a range of abilities. And like we were talking about earlier, the library robot looks very different from this robot that we've got. Certain robots are designed for different functions there.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to create a robot like that, you're going to put a fleshlight attachment on there and work it like that. Like, they're not going to use the robot hand that you use for grabbing the cups.
But if you want to do a robot gangbang, you're gonna have to use
They
two
use different
holes, 4 holes
attachments.
even, and then the 2 hands.
I'm saying they can get
They
different
can have more than
attachments
2
and things.
hands.
Yeah.
Attachments?
Yeah.
Look at General Grievous in Star Wars: The Prequels, and he's
Imagine
got the 4
him
hands
with
there, and he's
4
like,
flashlights.
he's got. Remember when he had all those lightsabers?
Man.
He's just like blam 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 blam.
That would be like the most fair game of soggy cookie.
I want the future now.
So
Next week on Instant Discussions.
this movie cost
Three
$2.5 million and only
The
made
future.
$3.3 million. So it's definitely
Wait, sorry. Go over that again.
yeah. It wasn't a wide release for it. 2.5 was the budget. 3.3 was what they made. They made.
I don't remember this being in the.
They made
theater.
just shy of $1 million.
Yeah, because I was like, you know what? This didn't feel like a very low budget film, although it felt very independent.
No, it was
not at all.
indie. I'm sure it had good support with it, but it wasn't really wide release. There's a picture of Asimo in there. Example of the robots. See, he's a very similar. Like that's the kind of robot they were basing him off of.
Yeah.
He didn't have the giant battery pack on the back that looks like he's wearing a backpack, but he's that kind of style to it. So in the ending here, he's stolen the stuff. He's trying to hide from that, and the robot keeps telling him, you know, you need to wipe my memory so that you can be safe, and you need to completely reformat me, because if you can't just take out one little memory,
Yeah, can't take out the bad parts.
because it's the same thing as like how human memories work with stored in different areas, and you can't just go like.
No, he said it was like the
It's not like-
resolution.
This is an
was just
eternal
watered
sunshine of
down.
the spotless mind.
Exactly. But it's similar kind of thing there, where the memories get connected to that. So it takes away the resolution of it because it's stored in this kind of.
Which I thought was weird the way he explained it, but.
But if you're going to create a robot that's able to learn and have those functions and develop that, you're going to get a process. You know, you're going to have it more closely tied to the human life.
I didn't bother asking my brother whether or not that part was true.
Well, you see, that part is what I was taking as more of a futuristic thing. That this is something that they don't have.
Well,
yet.
whether or not that's
They don't
even,
have that.
but still, yeah.
But anyway, that was an interesting point where that's at least what they established in this movie. They explained it to us that way. So, but he doesn't want to erase the robot's mind because it's the same thing that he's going through with losing his mind, putting him away. And he doesn't like
And it's
that.
his friend.
He feels sympathy for that, yes. And he's developed a friendship with him.
He doesn't want him to lose those memories.
Yeah. And at first, he doesn't. He treats him just a robot. Now he's
yeah.
developed a relationship
Quite
with it. Then you get to
statement,
see, you get to see Liv Tyler then treating him as, oh, he's just a device, and when he yells at her for using him to clean up.
Mm-hmm.
So in the end there, you've got he's reformatted the robot. So he's got no direct evidence against him. He's hidden the diamonds.
And then
That ending was
an
really-
actually good twist, opposed to that other twist.
I actually did not see that.
I didn't see that coming
I
at
didn't.
all.
And I don't know
was like,
why I didn't see it
holy
coming,
shit,
because I should have
they
seen it
laid-
coming,
they-
but I totally
such a
didn't
good
see
They
it
laid,
coming.
they laid the clues in there too when they were
Yeah.
talking. But that last clue.
Oh my god!
The last reveal was because they had said, when he said he was
I called
dying.
Mom,
I
and
called
I
mom.
called-
I called mom. You called you, and he said, "I got that call."
Yeah, and then it's just like, wait, what? How
And
did
it
you
was
find-
just right after that
Yeah.
they reveal, like it's the picture as it was beautiful. And now,
man.
yeah,
a good twist.
that was so beautiful, and that shows the further, like, because they show the little things that he's forgotten. They show You know,
Yeah,
that
up
restaurant
until
that's
then.
there. It's just these little things. They're like, oh, he's only lost a little bit of memory. But the fact that he's hitting on this woman is really attracted her because he's still got that attraction in there,
Yeah.
but he doesn't remember. And that was where you realize like, oh, this is bigger than we thought.
Yeah.
And he understands that at that point too. So I think he's more accepting.
We were-
to
we
go
were-
into
we were
that
right there with him.
facility. Yeah.
Mhm.
Which
So,
was, that was really nice.
Yeah. So they show that. So he goes into that facility.
How's Princeton?
He sees.
That ending was so sad.
He's there, but he sees the robot again. And he's so excited because that's his robot. Does he remember me? He might remember me.
Yeah.
And then the other robots walk by, and you're like, oh, it might not even have been the same robot there. It was just the other one. So he doesn't even have a robot friend. I thought he'd get a new robot friend in
That's
the
what I
end.
thought too.
I hope he does, because that was really helping him in his
Yeah.
memory. Like, he
Yeah.
was more of a whole person when he had
Although
that,
if he did get a robot friend again,
he's gonna just do it
he
again.
fucked up the first time so
I
bad.
think what it was trying to, I think what it was trying to say is it's like, oh, now he's got his family, but.
Yeah, his family's back together.
But then
and
the way like that the family changes to adapt to him, I'm just like,
Yeah,
that's really
but they-
sad.
but they've accepted. He's accepted having their help. I think because this memory facility's been working on it. The son's compromise for the memory facility was to get him the robot.
Yeah.
To help him out with that, because maybe all right, we'll give you an in-home one, but
then the
so
robot
now
doesn't
he's got here, so
work
he's
out.
gonna get the better care and.
Then the robot doesn't work out and he gets put in there anyway.
The robot does work out. They just don't understand how it worked out,
Mhm,
and
right.
it worked out in such a way that
he as far
went
as they're
back to.
concerned, it doesn't
Yeah,
work out.
but he went back to what he was as a younger man, as a Cathberg. Like he's
Yeah.
now fully able to do that. He's like, we can do this now. I got this robot, and he's got the routine. Because at first he's saying we have to set our routine and our schedule.
Yeah,
They've now set this routine.
His
where they
brain
stake
knows
out this
what
place.
it knows what it's doing.
Yeah.
Like, because that's the type of memory you don't forget. You know?
Yes.
Well,
How
that's
to- how
what-
to pour a cup of coffee. You're not going to forget how to do that.
And I hear a lot of times in like the old folks home when people have Alzheimer's, they go back to like where they were when they were 20, and if they just happen to be super racist, they are super racist. Like I hear about that
Yeah.
all the time. Like they'll drop the N-word on a nurse, no problem. The nurse just has to like deal with it. Like,
So
that's great.
when I'm old with Alzheimer's, I'll be like I am today.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll be talking about Pokemon and
Oh, I can't wait.
Everyone
I'll be
playing
talking
at
for
the
the
same
Senior
time.
Citizens Home Milk Challenge. That's gonna be so much fun.
And then like, so all my dreams of being 80-year-old men with a pink mohawk are going to become true.
Yes. You didn't have a pink mohawk right now.
yeah, we don't want now.
No, but my dream right now is when I'm that old to have.
But you're
to
gonna forget
first
that dream.
Have mad scientist hair,
Yeah.
and then at some point to get a pink mohawk.
Well, just make sure you hang the
As
clock.
long as I don't bald up here.
Hang the clock correctly in your bathroom.
Got it.
Don't trip while you do that, or unless you want to trip. Hanging a clock in your bathroom? Really? That's how you did it? There's an interesting robot chicken sketch on that. But
So I
Yeah,
don't know. I'm all like trying to hard as well. Like,
it was a Back to the Future
what
reference.
reference are you
It's
making?
Back to the Future. That's how Doc Brown created came up with the idea for the flux capacitor. He was
Oh.
hanging a clock in the bathroom.
Oh,
and
and
slept.
yeah.
Yeah, and in the robot chicken sketch, he says, "Really, hanging a clock in the bathroom? That's what you're doing?" And then they flash to
Oh.
what he was really doing. Anyway.
Got it.
It was
How
interesting
are you?
because I knew Frank Langella was in this, so I knew it was
Frank.
one actor in
Oh, that's
this.
him?
But then you get
There's a lot of
James
actors.
Marsden in it, and Susan Sarandon and Liv Tyler.
Yeah.
So it was great when I saw them. I didn't know that.
I did not expect
I was
this.
like,
I
right
thought it
at
was
the
more
beginning,
of a-
you're like, is that Liv Tyler? Because it's all messed up.
Yeah,
And then you're like, oh, she's so hot.
yeah, because you don't really recognize who she
She's
is
really
in that
pretty.
one.
Close my eyes.
Yeah, Susan Sarandon was really cool in this, seeing her. And
Yeah,
then
she did a
I
good
like
job,
when she
too.
pops up in movies,
Yeah.
like Cloud Atlas.
Go for it.
Yeah, like Cloud Atlas. Oh man, that was another one of those.
Uh,
Anyway, I don't want to talk about that right now.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about.
So what do you think about the ending though? Actually, one thing that I was like, was when he's like, look underneath the
Yeah, the diamonds in it.
Yeah, the
He
diamonds
wants
on
to
that
take.
shit.
It shows that further thing of he wants to take care of his family.
I think
and
it's the one happy part about the ending is that now he's got, because when you're in that situation, you still want to feel like you're providing. Like you don't want to feel
Yes.
like you're just doing nothing.
I was
and
just
So
being a
that's-
burden on the family as
Yeah,
well
and
because
on
they're putting
top-
in this facility that they have to pay for, and his family's doing
Like,
well.
that's like the one thing is you always just feel like a burden. You just
Yeah.
feel like a burden because you can't do anything anymore and you're forgetting and all this stuff's happening. And so like him being able to even just provide that.
And we see that moment earlier with him and Liv Tyler, where he gets those other earrings. He says, "No, this isn't from that thing, but wear these around for a while, and if you feel like pawning them," she's like, "I know the drill."
Yeah.
Because he's obviously done that in the past for her. This is how he provides for them. Is he steals these things? They've learned the tricks of how to sell this, and they're all right with it to a degree, but they know that they don't want him to.
That's
do
what paid
this.
for Princeton, I'm assuming.
Definitely.
Right?
But now, that Prince's education, now he's doing well with that.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the happy part of it. That's the happy part of that ending. Is that he felt like he provided something.
Mm-hmm.
Probably enough money to pay for all this bullshit
So
that he's going through.
the book that they have, the antique book that they have is Don Quixote, and I thought that they were going to do more with the connection, like usually when they put a book there and they're like, oh, this story's paralleling that book that we're talking about here, and this one really didn't, because that one's more about fantasy world living in that, but I don't know. I was trying to find a parallel to connect in there, but I didn't really see.
You wanted it to be.
I didn't want it to be. I just expected it. It was that thing in the writing of the.
See, I didn't have the enjoyment of having read or know what it's about really. So.
Yeah. Oh, I've only mostly seen adapted works
All I know is
from it.
Sancho
I know
Panza,
Man of La Mancha, the musical.
Yeah, Man of La Mancha.
Yeah. If you know that, then that's the Don Quixote story.
Which I don't.
Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's a painting on a wall.
That's the thing where it's not that I was disappointed in that. It's just that I was expecting it. It's the same thing of showing a gun in the first act and shooting someone in the third act.
Right.
That kind of thing, which they did set up other things in there and they played those things out. But in that one it was just they showed this book, and as soon as they showed that I thought, okay, there's gonna be some sort of parallel where maybe he's living in a delusion, and to a certain point I was like, what if this robot only has simplistic functions and he's imagining the higher function that this robot's doing, that developing this relationship, and then you see it and it's just like when the other people come into the picture, because we only saw him with the robot.
Right.
So the other people come in and they're like, robot clean house. Affirmative. And then he goes around doesn't carry on conversation.
But
that would have
didn't
been
happen that way.
It didn't. But that's one way they could have gone with it, where he's imagining.
I would have been upset if it went.
I would have been upset.
I'm kind of upset just him explaining it like that. I just love the movie so much.
No, I love it. I love what they did. I liked that it didn't go there, but it was because they showed that book that it placed that doubt in my mind, and it said maybe this is.
It's always good when movies place doubt in your mind though.
Yeah, there's you got to leave some misleading trails in there. If everything you show is related to something else there and is foreshadowing that, then it's just, I don't know, it's too convenient.
Yeah.
When you do that, you've got to have a few things that don't lead off into other places.
This might be Instant Discussion's movie of the year so far.
Did we do South Park this year?
I don't know.
Did we do In-Betweeners
I
this
think we
year?
did South Park this year.
Well, that can't be movie of the year for any of it ever, because I voted a 1. So shut up. Just like There Will Be Blood, I understand will never be movie of the year.
Oh God.
I think for newly known movie of the year, Robot and Frank might be winning it.
It's really good. I would
because South Park wins, but that one we all knew it.
Yeah.
We didn't come into that one.
And that's not even relatively recent at all.
No.
Right. I feel like
from 2 years ago, so it's
but it's still fairly.
It's
new.
fairly new.
It's been the last even 10 years,
Cool.
But yeah, definitely recommend this to everybody. Such a good movie.
Even my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Even my mother.
The director, Jake.
Oh, Jack Steffan.
Something here.
He died.
I know. I sent you the link.
Oh. He
didn't mention him in the Academy Awards though.
They said at the bottom. They said further. You can watch here later. But that was a few weeks ago. So
somebody missed it.
A few weeks ago.
He doesn't have much, does he?
He doesn't. He barely has a Wikipedia page.
I like how you mentioned in the recording of the Academy Awards that we're ahead of schedule, and then here you're pretending it was weeks ago that we recorded the Academy.
It was weeks ago. No, according to them, it was weeks ago.
Okay.
There's no possible way that they were watching that at the same time. So I wonder if he's gonna do. He got one of the best new directors. It's only in 2006 he signed with the company and did some stuff. I don't know. This is the only film they list here.
Was this all he's done?
So far, it looks like
Holy crap,
well,
he's
it's-
amazing.
It says also music videos and commercials.
Yeah, it's in music videos and commercials.
I don't count those for like making good movies though, not at all.
Yeah,
Like
but
the
you
robot.
get towards that.
Because that's all like show and just
Oh,
aesthetics.
Valley of Saints.
But I was trying to figure
the
out.
last thing on Aristotle's list.
Oh, it tied with another film. That's not his.
That's
Anyway, so he's
bullshit.
only done Robot and Frank for films so far. But that's no, you didn't get. This
You
is
should
a
just
great.
stop and that's.
Nah,
It's like this one
I
kid.
don't want him to. No, I'm fine with him
yeah,
taking
he's
his.
got a.
He can take his time, but like he did this good film.
Maybe he's just gonna
Dan
Dan Lewis it and just go, you know what, I'm taking a year off,
I'm gonna make some shoes, everybody.
make some shoes, and I'll come back.
Alright, well,
That's dope.
I hope he makes another film.
yeah. But he still
He
looks
should.
good.
This movie was
I'm
really
sure
good,
it will.
and on top of it, it actually made money, and I
Yeah, it
mean,
made a profit.
there's every reason for him to be.
They can make Robot and Frank
Yeah,
Part 2.
They need to make the second one
no.
where the
I want that
The
ending.
robot breaks him out.
I want to see what happens when the robots advance and
He
society even more because they've
magically gets his memory back.
already, no, we don't need like maybe Frank doesn't need to be part of that, or maybe Frank becomes like the symbol.
Liv Tyler gets a robot.
Well, of course she will,
A
but
sex robot because she is gorgeous.
Becomes a porno. What?
Frank and robot. What?
Find
So-
some common ground. Come on.
No, but what if, all right,
isn't
Frank.
it- wait, no. Oh, he
No.
gets. Go ahead.
Frank. Okay, Frank dies, but
Oh.
But-
poor Frank.
spoiler alert for the Frank and Robot
People
Frank
die.
1.5. But okay, so he develops more connections with these other robots. He understands the robots' full potential as humans because he sees them as the new evolution of humans rather than everyone else treating them as service robots. So he becomes the friend to the robots. He dies. The robots then use him as their symbol of their revolution, and they go forward with this, and they're all.
So
Why
it's a,
would they-
it's a
why would they-
prequel. It's a prequel to The Matrix.
Why would they have a
Boom.
revolution though? Like with him as the idol.
Have you seen The
In
Matrix?
No way.
Because if you act like him, they're gonna spare you, and if you don't, if you treat them as slaves, you could the other way and say you should be more like Frank.
And then they use humans as batteries.
But Frank would
Yes.
clearly, but like that'd be hypocritical because in their logic it wouldn't function because Frank would clearly not want them to like revolutionize or whatever and be dicks to all the humans.
Revolt.
I don't know. He might want to be dicks to some of those humans.
Yeah.
Especially the yuppies that want to destroy all the libraries would place them with robots. Maybe the robots don't like,
Like
that they're being
pussies.
used to do that, and the robots want to appreciate what this is.
Like yeah, if no one gets hurt,
like
like he quote unquote said,
not if no one gets hurt, but I think they might have to
it
find
doesn't hurt
compromise.
anybody.
I think they
They're gonna
keep
use
saying
logic though.
they're gonna keep saying if it doesn't hurt anybody, if it doesn't hurt anybody, if it doesn't hurt anybody.
They'll
But at a
steal
certain
and steal
point,
and
you see
steal.
that those people are hurting other people, and then they have to say, well, to save some
Robot
people,
logic.
we have to save other. We have to destroy other people. So it has to destroy their logic at some point. Anyway, we'll wait until he makes the sequel to this and see how it turns out. But I'm pretty sure
This needs to be
that's going to be the plot line of this.
ending.
No, if I learned one thing, if you make a good movie, it should always have a franchise to follow it with further films. Never leave a movie
See,
on
I
its
think
own.
it should be Liv Tyler gets a robot, and then that together they break out Frank.
Frank's dead.
Not yet. Not
Or
yet.
they download his
Yeah.
memories into a
Well,
robot.
He's
and
dying
then
pretty soon there.
no, they download his memories into like a computer and they
But
go
they-
to the robot.
But
And the
no,
robot's mate.
it would be amazing because she breaks them out and they do the bucket lists.
So
no,
it's
they already did the bucket list.
Robot and
It's another
Frank.
movie.
the
No,
bucket list.
It's not them, did the bucket. You want to remake the bucket list now?
No.
With robots.
Come on.
Can we at least remake Las Vegas with robots?
I never saw the bucket list, but I imagine robots would make it better.
Robots would make anything better.
Or Medea.
Also, time travel.
Medea goes
Time
to
travel with
jail
robots.
with
Terminator.
robots. Medea goes to jail with robots.
Correct.
And time travel.
Chrono D&D.
Medea goes to robots. All right.
Medea goes to the future. As a robot.
Thanks for watching. Join us
Yeah.
next week for Fargo,
Thanks for watching.
and
Watch this movie
we'll try to figure out
because you know you haven't.
what
yet.
state Fargo's in next week. Thanks.
It's in
Even though you already said it at the beginning of the thing.
What?
America.
Who?